We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Dead Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
You go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouses.
The comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
Right.
and then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and
Okay.
talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside
Yeah,
from
we
mystery.
do game shows.
Oh, the game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a
a
trivia
Family
game
Feud.
show, or it
Right.
could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll
cool.
take it there.
What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, wait.
What letter comes after A? Yes, there you go. Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
Oh, that I have
it's
to
a
come
lot
see
of
that
fun.
one.
You're welcome
Yeah!
anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even
Well,
brought
growing
you a
up in
shirt.
St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say, you did?
Oh, of course I did. That you will wear
Hey!
everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Dead
Oh,
Comedy.
that's great.
Can I
Knockem Dead
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like
Thanks,
you're drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest,
but if
no.
you don't if you don't ask ahead of time, wait, this one's full of water. You ready? One, two, three. All right, there you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Okay, we'll just do that for real now.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
We don't know what's going on here. What's the matter?
Oh, no, I'm very excited.
Oh, well, that's a good way to start. What are you excited about?
The Eagles just announced
Yeah.
Friday, April 7th
Yeah.
at the Prudential Center, which is very not far from me
Oh, is that right?
because, now I live in the big old
In
metropolis
Jersey.
of Jersey.
What did the Prudential Center, what did that used to be? Like it's been the Prudential Center for years and years and years?
I think it's in Newark.
It's in Newark.
It's in some crappy...
Yeah, Newark kind of sucks. Yeah.
It does suck, but you know what? It doesn't suck when it's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Well, that's... when it's the Eagles, you mean?
Oh, yes. See,
you're so flustered. You can't even think straight.
I'm so excited about the shirt I'm wearing
My
today.
goodness.
I just put that right on my calendar.
Nice. This is what, the Hotel California thing?
Yes, which I've seen a couple times.
Have you?
3 times.
3 times?
3 times. I saw it before the pandemic. It was like the last thing I saw.
Right.
And then it was the first show back at Madison Square Garden after the pandemic. And then I went to UBS. I got a last minute, I think it was 3rd row seat.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, my man, Don Henley, and me.
His balls right there.
Still,
huh?
He's old man crush.
I was going to say, he's 70-something.
He has been my old man crush since High school.
Well, he wasn't an old man back then.
Well, I mean, for a high school girl, he was still an old man. So he has been,
Yeah.
Boys of Summer has been my favorite song since high school.
It is a great song.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Love
I mean,
the Eagles.
With all my Billy Joel love, it's,
I think Billy will be all right with this, I think.
I think so.
I think so.
The two of them, they're buddies.
Now, what happens if Del Judas, he announces something for April 7th? What do you do?
Del Judas does not rank as high as Don Henley. I know.
Whoa.
I know. Sorry.
Holy
Sorry,
cow.
Mikey.
Wow.
Sorry. He knows it. It's all right.
Does he?
Oh, I'm sure he does. If he didn't, he knows now.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will tell him. By the way, your girl.
I bet you he changes whatever he's got going on that day so that you can go to his thing.
Though I'm going to Florida the week after.
Okay.
So he meaning Don Henley and the rest of the Eagles are very lucky that they did it.
Yes, they are.
I think I have to. You know what? Let's look at the calendar because I think I might have to take off that day actually already because I plan very far in advance. It's a Friday night.
Yep, that's good.
And
that's Easter weekend.
Yeah, it is. And
that's Good Friday.
Yes, I work Saturday morning at 6 a.m.
So it goes straight from the show to work.
Well, on the weekends we work at home.
Oh.
So I can just roll right out of bed and
Nice.
grab the computer, log in, say hi to whoever is there, and say, all right, waiting for the phone to ring. And
Tell who's ever in bed to just relax for a minute.
Yeah, the dog will still be under the cover, sleeping, and I will just be laying down, waiting for the phone to ring. Because usually our Saturdays are pretty boring, at least in the morning.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
So.
Well, hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday. It's January 5th. Sandy is here. We were just talking a few minutes ago how it's been a few years since Sandy's even been in here, which is crazy. Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It was like...
I'm thinking 2019,
yeah. It was before I moved to New Jersey.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was before I even got the job in New Jersey.
I think you're right about that. Yeah, it was before you flat left us.
I did.
Went to Jersey.
I'm a flat leaver. Well, I mean, technically I was in Brooklyn. It's not like I was out here anyway.
True, but I don't know. I'm getting mad. All these people that are leaving. Clark and Del Judas, Sandy. Enough.
Clark's been gone for a
and I'm still mad about it.
I just saw him on New Year's Eve.
Oh, did you? Where?
I did, in Manasquan, New Jersey, which is on the Jersey Shore.
Okay.
My friend goes surfing there, actually. So the first time I was ever there was at the beach in the middle of the night. We went to the beach.
Nice.
In Manasquan, yeah.
Skinny dipping?
No, we used to just go and sit on the beach and hang out, and we actually haven't done that in a while, but
that's bad.
Yeah.
So and David was doing a show there?
He did a show. He had Dennis Del Gaudio.
Oh, good.
Michael Jewell, who just moved to Florida.
Yep, another guy who left for Florida.
Flat leaving.
Yep.
He actually told me he's trying to get used to it, and he's worried about the summer.
It's going to be hot.
It's disgusting because I lived there for 16 years.
Was that long you were there?
He actually lives very close to where I used to live.
Okay.
Near Lake West Palm Beach.
Right.
So I said to him, I'm like, listen, I moved there in the summer. The summers suck so bad. And he's like, how'd you get through it? I'm like, well, I worked during the day inside. So, in a uniform, full uniform, we wore uniforms in the fire department. So.
Yeah. But what's he going to do? Did he give up all of his bands up here? This guy played with everybody up here. He was a rock star.
I guess he didn't exactly, but I don't know what exactly he's doing.
Wow.
We didn't really discuss that. I mean, we chatted for a little while, but he was going back to the hotel after the show. I was hanging out with the puppy, the travel puppy, and Moxie.
He was just in here April or May. Michael Jewell playing with Jill Joya, and then all of a sudden he's married and moving.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I don't think they got married yet, did they?
I
don't
think they
so.
did.
Did they?
I think so.
I thought they were still just engaged, but
Oh, no. He refers to her as his wife.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it
well,
might
that's
as
fine.
well be, you know.
Sure.
Might as well be, you know. But she didn't come up with him. I actually have never met her. I was hoping to.
Sure.
She didn't come up with him because of work, so.
Well, there's a serious topic I'd like to discuss with you. I want to get the serious stuff out of the way first.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think we've ever talked about it here on this show, and we should have, which was about a month or two ago, we lost Captain Jack.
Yes.
Captain Jack, who you guys have seen, he's been in here several times, regular guest, part of our family, and when he wasn't here, he would call, he would watch all the time. For those of you who do not know who we're talking about, you know the Billy Joel song, Captain Jack. This was the gentleman who the song was named after. He was a Vietnam War veteran, nice man, and very supportive of the music scene, very supportive of the show. Just a good guy to be around. Had some great stories between the war and the 60s and 70s partying that he did with Billy Joel and many other rock stars. He wasn't, this past year, he wasn't doing all that well, but it was still a surprise.
He was good most of the year. Then he had.
But he still wasn't getting around as much.
He wasn't. He wasn't. But, I mean, actually, no, that's not even true because he came down for a lot of shows last year.
He did?
He did. He was down for quite a few shows. And he had one of his eyes done. He had cataract surgery, and he was supposed to go for the other one. But then he got what we thought was the flu.
Right.
Some people said they thought he might have had COVID. I don't know. I didn't honestly really talk to him much. You know, I just kind of followed him, watching, him, what he had to say. And then, every once in a while I would, say hi or whatever, but not much. And then the next thing we know, he just kind of died.
Yeah, checked out. Yeah.
And, we all kind of found out on Facebook. No one knew
Nobody
anything.
knew any details, yeah.
And the second I saw it, I dialed his phone because I was in disbelief, and a female picked up. And I didn't even know what to say because I'm first of all, I'm in extreme shock. I'm already crying. I'm sorry. I was calling Jack's phone, and she's like, who is this? I'm like, oh, this must be his daughter. I'm like, my name is Sandy. I was good friends with your father, and she asked how I knew him. We had a nice little conversation. Crying my eyes out. She's crying, and then we said, we'd try and keep in touch, so I knew when stuff would happen or what have you. But I mean, I was just devastated.
Yeah.
And actually, at the New Year's Eve show, Dave, went through the whole show. There was an intermission or whatever. And then afterwards, he's like, you want one more? And then he gave everyone a choice of what to sing. And one was Captain Jack. And he ended up singing it. And I just was bawling. I pulled up the picture of Jack and just looked at it. Well, I'm like, I can't believe we're going into the new year without Jack.
Yeah.
And it's just it's so surreal. I think more because, we just expect to see him at the shows. And then Billy canceled December. We had the November show after he passed away, and
it's been that long already?
Yeah, because Eric and I, we kind of toasted to him. And then it's just it was really the shows that I would see him at. Honestly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he lived in up in Amsterdam or near Albany. So they still haven't had any kind of formal memorial for him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of still watching and waiting to see when that'll happen. Originally, they were waiting on the military.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know, but we never really got a full official cause of death, shall we
Right,
say?
yeah.
I'm assuming they did. I haven't really reached out. I might one of these days, but
That would be my guess.
I
They
mean,
must
it's like
know.
water under the bridge now. I mean, it's,
Yeah, sure.
You know, it's just, you know, but it's.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it
terrible.
was. Yeah, it was sad. He was. He was a good man, and like I said, he was a frequent supporter of this show.
Yeah.
Good guy, and we just. I don't recall talking about it here, so maybe we did, but I don't think we did. So just wanted to address that really quick. I figured with you here, this would be the perfect day to do it.
Yeah,
So
so sad.
Yeah, our buddy Jack. All right, moving on to bigger and better things. All right, so we're talking about concerts, talking about music. I have to know, how do you guys afford to go to all these things?
You know what? I have
It's insane.
I have a saying at work. It's Billy before Bills.
Billy
I mean,
before
it's
Bills.
not so true. I mean, honestly, it's just not so true. But nowadays, I don't even buy the tickets when I go on sale. I almost all the time now wait till like the last minute, and sometimes I just get a deal from someone who's trying to get rid of a last minute seat, and I do that a lot, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I actually do.
And you get really good deals?
I get pretty decent deals,
Really?
like 100, 150, which at now they're, regular prices, like insane with the fees and all. And then, sometimes I have friends that are, lucky enough to have a hookup, with the band, and they might bring me along.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is very nice. I'm fully appreciative of that because, being a single girl with no other money coming in, and
Right.
and I do a lot of overtime. People are always like, "You're always everywhere." I'm like, "Listen, when I'm not everywhere, I'm freaking working."
Mhm.
Like, people don't quite get that.
Working hard, partying hard.
Working very hard to afford to go to the Eagles Hotel California for the 4th time.
My goodness.
And that one, but again, like I waited for that seat, the 3rd row seat at UBS. I got it less than a week before.
Wow.
Probably like a couple of days. It was it was originally a platinum seat. They dropped the price because it was like a single.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I don't need other people to go to a concert with. I
Oh,
never
nice.
have. I never
Really?
will. Yeah.
Because you always seem to, like, whenever you post it, you know everybody.
I do. They know me more than I know them. Like, people will come up to, "Oh, you're Sandy." "Oh, yeah." I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a popular girl.
Absolutely.
Especially when I have different color hair. It's like easy to spot.
Right.
Last year it was blue or green, depending upon what day it was. It went from blue to green, and then back to blue again, and then back to green.
Yep.
So, and then when I had that bright red, forget it. Like, you can't miss me.
Right, yeah.
So
Wow.
now we're thinking, what do we need to do with this hair so people just, pull me out of a crowd? It's,
Spike mohawk or something.
as long as I don't want to cut it. I don't want to
okay.
cut it right now, so that would be a very high mohawk.
But that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I should bring Jeff, the guy that I'm like in love with, him. Because he looks like a big Hawaiian guy. He's not even technically Hawaiian, but he looks like this huge. He looks like everyone thinks he looks like the guy from Moana.
Oh,
not that big.
Oh, I'm thinking
not him.
I'm thinking of somewhere over the rainbow guy.
Yeah, no. What's his name? I can't even think. The guy from Moana. I don't know. I never watched it. I saw like 5 minutes of it. I'm like, oh yeah, he looks just like that. There you go.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have kids, but I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
I don't pay
Well,
attention.
they were older by that time too, I think.
True.
Yeah.
True. Kirsten O'Flaherty, Sandy, you are awesome.
Oh, hi. Thank
Cool that you go to all these concerts and you will go your own. Very inspiring, she says.
You know what, Kristen? You have to. Because you're going to miss so much if you don't just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people suck. Even people who say that they want to go, and then when it comes to buying tickets, they're like, "Oh no, I can't afford that." I'm like, you know what? You make sure you can afford it. I mean, that's just how it is, Or you go last minute, even if you're just in the door. We call the seats I sit at Billy Joel. Now we call them entitled. Of course, we are all entitled with our seating at Billy Joel, but I have a rule. I don't sit past like row 10. If I'm on the 100 level, I refuse to buy a seat past row 10, which is
right.
At the Garden is normally like the 4th row, shall we say.
Yeah.
You know, especially around the back. Or in the front, you know, I'll give it like 15-ish if you're on the floor, you know, because I stand anyway. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm standing anyway.
Because it is tough because sitting in the back to me,
no, you can't do it.
Hey, I'd
Not
rather
for Billy Joel. I can't do it, but anyone else I go to see, I'm either on the bridge at the Garden because it's usually cheaper.
Oh.
Not for Billy though, because they know that those seats are actually pretty good.
Okay.
Or all the way in the back in like 301 through 307, I believe, 7 or 8, are very cushy like seats, but it's cheaper. They're like the cheapest seats, but they're bigger and cushier. They're like club level, suite level. I don't know what the hell they call them. You know, they try and make them sound good, you know. But the sound is actually really good. I mean, it's the Garden, you know. Anywhere you sit in the Garden, the sound's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, for the most part.
I'll sit over the stage in the bridge. I just bought for Janet Jackson for this year. I bought bar stools on the bridge, knowing that I'm going to be dancing. It is Janet Jackson. Right. So I don't need a seat. And I'm like going to be like right over her, basically. And my friend, she doesn't know anything about seating.
I wouldn't mind being over her.
And yeah, it's going to be great. I have never seen her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And the only two shows I have this year that I actually prepaid for before the week of is Janet Jackson and Ed Sheeran.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be at MetLife Stadium, where I had never been before last summer, and I went to like 4 concerts last summer.
Wow.
We went to Paul McCartney, because, I mean, unbelievable.
That's Paul
Elton
McCartney.
John.
Okay.
You know, cried my eyes out. Was the last time I ever saw him or will see him. And
right.
That was devastating.
Was it?
I'm like I'm a mess because I get this thing in my head, and this is what happened a couple of months ago at Billy.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen to me normally. I mean, it happens, but it doesn't happen. I'm in 109 for most people, if you know the Garden, 109. Pretty good seat. I'm in like row 4, which is like the 2nd row or maybe the 3rd. I don't know. I don't remember exactly where I was, but I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and he's playing Piano Man, and of course, you know, he plays Piano Man every
damn show, yeah.
You know, normally it does nothing for me. I'll sing along, what have you. Sometimes I'll even like sit and watch Piano Man because, you know, everyone else is up and, you know, they've been waiting for this, and I've been up the whole time already. Right. So, you know, I could relax for, you know, everyone else's favorites, you know. But I sat there and I'm listening to the entire place sing, and I got so emotional.
Really?
I just started crying because I'm thinking to myself, one day this is not going to happen.
Sure.
It's never going to happen again. One day is going to be the last time.
Yep.
And I will never hear this again. And I started crying. Mike saw me crying from the stage.
Really?
And I'm just like.
So he's in the middle playing Piano Man. He sees you and he's like,
to me. I'm
really?
I'm like, listen, I can't even help the fact that I'm sitting here bawling my eyes out.
Right.
And it's Piano Man. It's not like, and so it goes. And I just got my heart broken like last year, which we're not even going to talk about.
Right. Yes. Okay.
You know, but like, because that was like, you know, because Billy has this uncanny thing of knowing exactly what I need to hear. Like, my dad died, and the next show he sang, She's Always a Woman. And I'm like, you know, no, not She's Always a Woman.
I was going to say, She's Always a Woman makes you think of your dad?
Oh,
She's Got Away. Okay.
Yeah, because I had always wanted my dad to walk me down the aisle if I ever got married to
that.
To She's Got Away.
Oh, okay.
And And of course he passed away and it never happened. And so like he passed away, I go to Billy like a couple of weeks later and I don't remember the last time he sang this damn song. And here he is playing that stupid song right after he died. And then I get my heart stomped on last December. Again, don't know the last time I heard And So It Goes. And here he is playing that. And again, I'm like, how do you know, Billy? How do you know?
It is weird, and we've talked about it in here with other people. Like, the next 10 years are going to be very interesting. A lot of our movie star heroes, a lot of, rock star heroes, a lot of people that we've grown up with.
It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a terrible, terrible time for me. I might as well just die now. You know what?
My goodness.
I'm so happy right now with everyone I've seen. There's so few people that I actually have to see ever that I haven't already seen. That, you know what, it would be okay. Not that I want to die. I mean, every once in a while I think about it. I mean, come on, I'm human. But, like, when it comes to that, scope of things, music is so prevalent and, concerts are so prevalent in my life.
Sure.
I can't even,
So who's left that you'd love to see?
God, I don't even know.
Well, you mentioned you're going to see Janet Jackson for the first time.
Jackson.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Wayne Newton. No, I don't know. Honestly, a lot of who I want to see are people who I've seen and just love so much. Like Garth Brooks. Like, even if you're not a country fan, don't make that face.
I can't stand that guy.
What?
Sorry. I'm no judgment on you. I
need to know. Let's unpack that, because
it just seems so fake to me.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I've always felt this way about him. He just doesn't seem authentic.
And to me, I feel like he's so genuine, like with the things.
I'm sure that if you're there, in fact, and this is a weird example, a weird comparison, but this is how I felt about Barry Manilow too.
Oh my God, he's so amazing.
Well, that's the thing. So
amazing.
And I'm the first to admit there are some songs of Barry Manilow that, of course, I like. I think everybody has at least one. That's how great he is.
Such a fan of
But I would never go see him. But I was once in a relationship with somebody who loved him, so I, because I like to get sex, so I brought her to see him 3 separate times, and and they were fun shows. He's a good entertainer. And that's how I feel about Garth Brooks. I'm sure if I went to a show, I would say, okay, that was a fun show.
I gotta say, after Billy, he is one of my top 5. Yeah.
Wow.
He just so does it for me. And then the fact that he's married to Trisha Yearwood and she comes out and she sings with him.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest, like, I'll take her over almost every other female artist.
Really?
I think she has the voice of an angel.
She does have a great voice.
Everything she sings is like butter to me. Okay?
Butter.
Like, she just does it for me so much. And you know what? I'm not one to be with the ladies. I take her in a heartbeat. But, I'm just saying.
What? Oh. You're not one to be with the ladies?
I'm not. I mean,
that's a shame.
I have a few that I wouldn't mind, trying every now and then.
Women that you know personally, or?
Actually, it's so funny because there's really only one person, and I actually told her not too long ago.
Why were you?
She's married with children, and I told her, I said, listen, if you weren't married with children, she was like, I get a toaster. I'm like, you get the whole freaking kitchen.
Really?
I told her that.
No, and what?
True.
Why did you tell that? Like, were you seducing her? Were you?
I might have been a little inebriated at the time, but at the same time, I love her so much, and I just felt she needed to know that.
Is this somebody I know?
You might know her.
Really?
Maybe. I don't think you ever. Maybe not in real life. You might have seen her name. Maybe. Okay. Possibly.
Wow.
But, yeah. I mean, of course, there's always Jennifer Garner, who, when Ben and her got divorced, I was like, oh, it's my time. I got to go get her.
Nice.
But yeah, no.
She's one of my favorites too.
Mostly Strictly Dickly. Her and Shakira. I got that thing for Shakira.
Oh, Shakira's hot.
The ass.
Yeah.
You know what? I love a good ass, whether it's on a man or a woman. And every guy that I date apparently just has no ass. I don't understand how that works.
So it's a good thing that they moved on, because you can't settle for bad asses.
It's true. Oh no, we're back. kind of, sort of, but it's
Oh,
okay.
you're back with the guy who broke your heart last year?
Sort of, kind of, yeah. Sort
Please
of.
be careful.
Oh, no, we're very careful. Well, you know what? It's a long, long story that we really can't get into here.
But I'm aware of a lot of the story. You told me some of this stuff, so please be careful. I'm a little worried now.
No, I'm very careful.
I'll kick his ass.
I gotta tell you, I've got someone who I was very close with who has been making advances towards him.
Oh.
Who I am no longer close with.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
And I hope she's listening to this this show because she thinks
What's
I
that
don't
about?
know what I know. I know everything. Okay.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Is that somebody I know?
No.
Damn it.
No, but you think you're smart, but you're really not. So, yeah. Don't think I don't know.
Tony is a huge man of loony. No, I'm not.
I'm a fan low to the
You can have him.
degree. I love him.
Friender says, I've always wanted to see the Muppet Band live. Trisha Yearwood says, Andy Plajanos only cooks with butter.
Yeah. You know what? I never even watched that. I don't really watch. The only cooking show I watch is Chopped. Basically, they have 4 people starting, and they get a basket full of weird ingredients that they have to put into the dishes that they make.
Okay.
And they're like, some of them are really just disgusting.
That'd be my guess.
Really just disgusting. And they make them, and then the people actually eat them, and they critique them, and then they chop someone off. They get rid of one, and then they go to the next round with the 3 people, and then it's usually like an appetizer, a main dish, and then a dessert. So by the time the dessert happens, there's only 2 of them. And then they have like this weird, the other day I was watching, it was like lime jello with tuna on top. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm like, what do you do with that?
What the hell?
What do you do with that?
Nothing.
No.
And
Well, they did something, but
it wasn't good.
I mean, they've never had a dish where they've hated, outright. So
Andy Plagano says Tony's gay hall pass is Gerard Peak. I don't even know who that is.
Me neither. Do we need to Google him?
Well, I don't have a gay hall pass for anybody, but I guess I will look him up. Gerard Peak. So I
mean, technically, you don't need a hall pass now at all. You can just go right to it.
That's true. But I'm not interested. I don't need a gay hall pass. Oh, he's a soccer player.
Oh, let me see. I mean, I would not throw him out of bed for getting crumbs. No. Oh.
35, 6'4".
It's a little tall for me.
That's a little tall for you.
Yeah, that's a little too tall for me.
Okay,
I
sorry.
mean, again, you know what? I've been with quite a few people that way. This one kid, when I was in Florida, I don't remember his name.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going back. But he was like 23 and a Marine, and I must have been like late 20s, maybe even 30. Like, it was the youngest I'd ever, I usually have a standard, but I don't know, there was something cute about him, but he was like, I don't know, like 6'8", 6'9". He was like really tall. Like, he legit had to bend to get him.
You're right there. It's right in your face.
Like, I'll tell you right now, he was good at certain things for a young fellow. I was very impressed. I really wish I
glad that worked
remember
out for
his
you.
name, because
it's not important.
Look him up one day. No, no.
So
Plus
apparently
he was in Florida. I don't know where he is now.
this soccer player is Shakira's ex-husband, is what I'm being told.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you could keep him. I'll take Shakira.
Nice.
She could shake her.
She's got she's got somebody on her.
Her hips don't lie, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
And my hips would lie to her so that my penis would grow like a nose. So all right, so we're talking about all this crazy stuff. I wanted to ask you, you posted a video, and you need to explain this to me, this pantyhose candle challenge thing.
I don't even know.
Please explain that to me. What in the world was that?
These people are hilarious. First of all, I don't know if they started during the pandemic or what, but it's like a married couple, and they just do all the challenges, and they're like, regular people doing all these, so it's extra funny.
Right.
But they put their pantyhose over their head.
Right.
And then the other person, like, is pulling it, and they have to try to blow the candle out. And, like, first of all, they can barely even see or breathe.
Right.
Just like, which makes it funny.
It makes it funny that they can't breathe.
Well, I mean,
this is attempted murder.
But at least they did to each other. It wasn't like one and then.
Right, that makes murder better.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Oh my God, it cracked me up.
Yeah, so you see the person sitting right here, the candle's in front of them, and then their spouse is behind them pulling. So they're trying to move forward, and you see their face getting all smushed.
They're trying to blow. They're like, they can't blow through the freaking thing, and then they're like talking to each other with both of them in the pantyhose,
right.
which I thought was even funnier. I'm like,
but even at one point, the girl was like, she grabbed her neck, she couldn't breathe.
So funny. Come on, good, harmless, almost humor. My favorite thing that they do, well, not just them, but that whole one where they attach the water bottle to the fan, and then they are wearing they're
like goggles or something,
masks, so they can't see.
Yeah,
they're blindfolded.
Right.
And then they turn on the fan, and the water bottle just rolls around and hits them. And they're supposed to try and duck, but how do they duck when they can't see?
So the water bottle smacking them in the face,
whacking them in the head, and they're like falling over. And I can't tell you how many of those I watched. That makes me laugh.
That sounds funny,
that one as well.
But they could get scalped by the fan.
Tortilla. Did you see the tortilla?
No.
So basically, you get a tortilla. Two people have a tortilla,
yeah.
and then they fill their mouth with water.
Okay.
And then they take the tortilla and they whack the other person, and they have to like keep the water in their mouth. They can't like spit it out. So they're like this, and they're like whacking each other, and then usually one ends up spitting it out at the other person.
Tortilla.
I'm like, first of all, who comes up with this?
Right.
And it's hilarious. It is just gold. I love the freaking tortilla challenge. I wish, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to buy tortillas. I'm going to make Jeff do this shit with me, because that would be funny.
That would be funny.
Tape that, forget it.
That would be very funny.
Would be, and then especially with the dogs running around, like trying to figure out what we're doing.
Yes.
That would be even better. Yeah. That I absolutely, one day I'm just gonna buy tortillas, and he's just in for a treat. He doesn't watch that stuff unless I send it to him, or if someone sends it to him.
Yeah, don't tell him what you're doing. Just.
Oh no. Just be I'm just gonna video this. But some things that people do.
Oh, it's insane what they do.
Once you get down that rabbit hole, I mean, and I like to share some of the best ones,
Yeah.
Especially with my coworkers, because I have some funny coworkers right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good group of people.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, everyone who steps inside my dispatch gets pregnant, or that gets their wife
That sounded
pregnant.
kind of dirty. Step inside my dispatch.
Know what? It's like you drink the water. Everyone who walks in, within 10 minutes of being there, got pregnant. I'm like,
wow.
I don't understand. Some some twice. One with twins. And I mean, it's just hilarious. I keep telling them I am going to adopt, just so I can have the time off that they did. Something.
You should.
Because, I mean, at this point, I'm not going to be having any kids anytime soon, I mean, I'm almost 50, for fuck's sake, I'm not Janet Jackson, who could just, who was ready to buy it, so.
Well, yeah, and she's bought a lot of other things, too.
Oh, I know. Her face does look a little...
It upsets me when they do that.
Yeah, well, that's like Manilow.
The guy can barely move.
He's so well preserved.
He's just permanently this.
After he dies, we could dig him up, and he's gonna look the same. 10 years later.
That's right.
But
it's
I still
true.
love him, and it's okay. It's okay with me.
Courtney Cox. That's one I think really bugs me. She didn't need to do it, and she's gone too far.
Her and Renee Zellweger.
Oh, I haven't seen her.
I can't even recognize.
Really?
I don't even recognize her anymore. Which
makes
is
me
very,
mad.
very sad.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I'm like, why? We all age.
Right.
You know, there's nothing. A little Botox is one thing, but like, come on, like to fuck up your face like that so bad.
And
come on.
What makes you what looks good about it to you that you're gonna go do more and go overboard like some of them do?
I have a friend who did that, and you know, I'm not quite happy. Who's sending me messages?
It's that girl.
It's not. It's not. Oh, it's a save the date
for the Eagles.
Date for Bruce fans launched 50 years ago today. Oh no, Joel fan, also known as Eric.
Mm-hmm. He's been in here.
July 24th, next Madison Square Garden announced today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Judi Dench needs to slow down with the surgery.
Judi Dench, she's so well preserved too, but she's so old. I mean,
he wrote, "Oh wait, I meant start with the surgery."
Like she's just so old.
Yeah.
She doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. She's good.
And Diane Keaton, she doesn't need it.
I don't think so.
She looks fantastic.
I mean, I don't think most people do. Like,
well, true.
You know.
I agree. All right, so I have here.
Notes. I love notes.
You like notes? These are a bunch of relationship taboos that might not be so bad after all.
Oh.
So, and I saw this morning. I'm like, oh, this is perfect for me and Sandy today.
Oh, I can't wait.
There's all sorts of do's and don'ts in relationships. We're all told that certain behaviors and choices are taboo, and we should avoid them. But relationships are not one size fits all. You and your partner are not destined for failure just because you sleep in separate beds or take separate vacations. In fact, some of these looked down upon behaviors can actually be beneficial. For example, number one, there's a few of them. Sleeping in separate beds. Culturally, there's a stigma towards couples who choose to sleep apart, dubbed a sleep divorce. Outsiders assume that there must be trouble in paradise. Either the relationship is on the rocks or their sex life is non-existent. While this is definitely true for some couples, that doesn't mean that's always the case. Some relationships fare infinitely better by not sharing their space at night, says one marriage family therapist.
I bet it has to do with like snoring and stuff.
Funny you say that.
Yeah.
Perhaps, where'd it go? Perhaps one partner snores all night, thrashes in their sleep, goes to bed much later or wakes up much earlier, and the other partner is a light sleeper. Not sleeping in the same bed can ensure both parties get a good night rest. Sleep issues, relationship problems tend to go hand in hand. Research shows sleeping in separate beds contributes to better sleep overall, which in turn can lead to a better relationship satisfaction. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one.
I definitely could see that. I don't particularly. I wouldn't want to. I think all the time, but
me neither.
You know, sometimes if you have a big day the next day and you need to sleep, you know, having that extra bed.
Just put it away. Not tonight. I got to get up.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
Another one is talking about your romantic pasts.
I never do.
You never do.
I don't.
By choice? Like you think it's a bad thing?
I find it being. It depends. I mean, now I've been with a lot of people in my past. You know, not recently per se, but when I was younger, especially when I was in Florida.
Good for you.
You know,
especially in Florida, it's easier to get laid in Florida.
Maybe I don't know. I think I never really had a problem, but I also worked for the fire department, and you know I had a few here and there. You know,
nice.
Basically, you know, I do have a type. It's really just because they're like firefighters. They don't look the same. None of them look at all anywhere near each other the same, but they're firefighters. So it's always like that one thing, a cop here or there, but not really.
Wow.
You know, mostly firefighter. Yeah, and yeah, I don't compare. I mean, I might in my head, but I would never pull that out for the partner that I'm with.
Oh, well, it didn't say comparing. It just said talking about
but
anything
I feel like when you start talking about them, that the other person, I think, feels a certain type of way. But
Okay.
there are certain things, like if someone did something that you hated, you know, you might want to say, listen, when I was with blah, blah, blah,
Right.
you know, they used to do this. I hated it. I'm like, well, that's good for me to know that
Sure.
I wouldn't want to do the same exact bad thing.
What if you're just talking about, you know, a Billy Joel concert, and you're like, yeah, me and X blah blah blah, this happened and that, we saw this one and then this went down, like.
I would just leave out the
You just leave
I
the
went
per-
with blah,
right.
blah, blah.
But what if he's an integral part of the story somehow? What it's something he said or
I
did
can't
something?
imagine a man being an integral part of my story of going to see a concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I went to speaking of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
I went to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert with a guy that I met on a blind date. We met online, and I said, hey, you want to go to Earth, Wind, and Fire? I'd never met him before.
Wow.
We went. I mean, but I don't normally say, hey,
That's
you know,
brave.
First time I went to, you know, to Connecticut for a concert, I went with a guy, you know.
Right. Okay.
He was an interesting one, you know.
All right, so what does it say? For many couples, discussing their love lives before they got together is off the table. They find it too uncomfortable a topic or worry it would be threatening to their current partner. But discussing prior relationships shouldn't be taboo, says therapist Nicole Saunders from North Carolina. We all have pasts, and those experiences have shaped the person we are today.
And to me, you know what? The way that it shapes me is, you know, it's for me, my internal shaping. I don't need it to be like, hey, Jeff, so when I was with, you know, Jay, you know, we did this and blah, 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 you know. No,
And it was
I get a
better.
lot of talk because he's divorced. So I hear about his ex-wife,
Right.
you know, a lot. And it doesn't bother me. But at the same time, you know, and a lot of people are like that, especially after a divorce. They'll, you know, I mean, they've been divorced for a few years. It's not been like 20 years that they've been divorced or
Right.
anything, but they were together for over 20 years.
That's how I see
So,
it. It's a fact. You can't escape it.
Of course, I'm going to hear about that.
Right.
I don't expect not to hear about
Exactly.
it. You know,
Right.
they share children together.
Right.
I'm
So of
gonna
course,
hear her name. You know,
of course, he's
But-
going to be around
Yeah.
to some degree.
But, you know, I only have, you know, really one guy, the guy I went with to Mexico earlier this year, before I reconnected with Jeff. Actually, you know, we were off and on, more off than on, but, you know, we always have this strange, weird love relationship with each other, even though we don't live anywhere near each other. And I kind of at first jokingly asked him to come with me to this wedding in Mexico. It was like half joking because I knew that if we went together we would have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd probably get sex, and you know, if you're in Mexico, I mean, you want a little sex when you're in Mexico on vacation.
It's not just Mexico. It's anywhere.
You know, I mean, that's true. That's true. But we live so far away from each other, and we had a blast in Mexico, and now we are like tied together even further because now we have to be
You
each other.
tied each other up? Is that what you
We
just
didn't
said?
tie each other up, but I
Sorry.
mean, it could have happened. Didn't though. But we actually now have to be each other's wedding dates for like other weddings.
Nice.
Which is hysterical because I get an invitation. It says, you know, Miss Sandi Lippel and Donnie. I don't even know if they know his last name.
Do you know his last name?
Of course I do. I've known his last name for way over 20 years. So, you know, so we're going to another wedding together in April.
Wow.
Yeah. And
where is this one?
know, that's going to be in Florida.
And there will be
That's the
sex.
one where we're going to Florida. Maybe. I mean, I'm not taking that off the table by any means. I already have a hotel room for the night of the wedding.
Mhm.
Mostly, I'll probably stay with my friends out. You know, I know so many people in Florida. I have to see.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Donnie's Donnie. You know, we've always had this relationship. You know, we used to work together. We used to, you know, he would hate me for like months on end, and then one day, you know, he'd warm up to me, and then we would just, you know, hang for a little while, and then again it would go back to he, you know, just pretended like he didn't know me.
Wow.
And it was really kind of a funny but weird relationship. And one year for Valentine's Day, I decided to send myself an edible arrangement at work.
Okay.
From him.
Right. What?
So I put it. I put the card that it was from Donnie, from Donald to me at work, because he was supposed to work that day. We were both supposed to work that day, and he freaking called out that day.
Son of a
So
bitch.
everybody knew that I sent it to myself, but everyone was sending him messages and telling him how sweet it was that he sent me this. He was so mad. I will never forget how mad he was, like yelling. Oh, it was so great.
Wow.
And we enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite pranks I've ever played on somebody. They knew. It was just fun.
Number 3, flirting with other people. Engaging in flirty banter with someone other than your partner is often seen as a sign you might be unfaithful or that you're unhappy in your current relationship. However, when done without the intention of infidelity, flirting with others can have the potential to spice up your relationship. When we flirt, we rediscover our sensuality and confidence, and we can bring those positive feelings back to our relationship. If you're in a monogamous relationship, though, make sure the flirting doesn't cross into the territory, that it just doesn't upset anybody. Which I happen to agree with.
Yeah, I agree. Because you know what? Even if I'm not flirting, I'm just such a... I'm a very nice,
Some
happy
people have
person.
some people come across flirty when they're not
think
trying
I'm
to
flirty
be.
even
Right.
when I'm not flirting.
Right.
You know.
And it is a good confidence booster, and you kind of get you going, get that swagger going, and you take it home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they're right. As long as you're taking it home.
As long as you're taking it home. Agreed 100%. All right, so get this one. Masturbating.
Oh, I'm all for it. All for it. Got story.
Oh, nice.
Story time. All right, so
Pictures. I need pictures to go with this story. By
I
the way.
have a picture. I mean, not something that anyone else really it's not of like anyone masturbating, but
that's
so
a shame.
this is what happened. So I was going to my holiday party, my work holiday party. Jeff was my date. And somewhere, like a little bit before this party, I was watching Married at First Sight, which is my favorite Ratchet TV.
Okay.
And this couple, got, I guess it was like a bullet where the guy was...
he, controls it.
He was controlling it.
Yeah.
And she was wearing it at this dinner party.
What is Married at First Sight? I don't even know what that is.
Basically, what it is these people get matched by professional matchmaker type people.
So it's like a reality show.
It is a reality show, but they get married. The first time they see each other, they are getting married.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Like they do, in India and wherever. You know. But it's for half entertainment and half real because it's a real binding marriage.
Okay.
So, but then we watch how it all unfolds. So this couple who I didn't particularly love them, but I'm like, oh my God, that's so I found that to be kind of hot. So I said to Jeff, what if I did that? I should get. I think I'm going to get one of those things, and then you can buzz me while we're at this party. So I order the item. And the item comes, and I'm thinking it looks online I'm thinking it's going to be like a bullet. It's like that big.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. It's called a bullet. Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's going to be maybe like that. It looks like it's a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Online.
Right.
This thing comes, and if I tell you it's like this big, I'm like, how the hell is someone supposed to walk around with this thing?
Duct tape it to your leg.
First of all, no, it goes in, and it's like like an L shape. So you got the clitoris, and then up the the cooch.
Well, yeah, but when you said it's that big, I mean,
but this
I'm
thing is
assuming some of
huge.
it's sticking out.
So of course, I automatically, after watching it, I'm like, I got to try it out. I hook it up to the phone. Because it comes with a remote, but you hook it up to your phone.
Okay.
And it does all kinds of stuff. It even goes to music. Like if you put on a song, it will buzz and do all the things to the beat.
Nice.
And then someone else can do it for you. And they could even make pictures, and then it'll buzz you, or it is amazing. This thing is the best thing. If you want the link, let me know. It's like $40. The best money you will ever spend.
Wow.
It comes in 3 colors. I got hot pink, and that shit gets used, okay? But here I am walking around my house. Like, I put it up, and it's buzzing, and I stand up. I'm like, how the hell is this, like, this thing? And then it's louder than it should be, too. Like, it's supposed to be kind of, like, low.
Right,
but
so you're
I can
hearing
hear it. I'm like, there better be some good-ass music going in this place. I'm like, there's no way you could walk with this thing. But once I found out you could do all this other stuff with it, I have other friends that have bought it since because I'm like raving. I'm raving about it. I've never raved about a sex toy in my life.
It would be cool if you could hook it up to the DJ so that it's working with the music he's playing at that party.
Well, I bet I probably could have done something because that music was pumping too. And then I was going to order another one, but it was getting a little bit too close to time. And I said, you know what? We'll just play with it. So there are times when, like, he'll be at home and I'll be like, buzz, and he'll buzz me. And
So because he has it on his phone, he doesn't even have to be there.
he doesn't have to be there.
Holy
He's right now in Paris. Like, later on when I go home, I could be like, hey, you want to buzz me? And yeah.
Oh, and then you'll like FaceTime and stuff so he can see.
I don't even have to do that with him. I don't need to see him for it. But we could. It actually has a video thing on it. Yeah, that we could.
A
like,
video
look at
thing
each
on it
other.
so he can like
look at
on
each
the
other.
actual bullet.
No, on the
on the phone.
app,
Yeah. I'm thinking on the bullet.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
what?
not on the bullet.
No, that's the least you could do. If he's going to be nice enough to buzz you, you should be able to let him see the effect it's having.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he doesn't need to see it because he hears me. So that's all he needs. He's good.
Oh, so you mean
like I could be on the phone with him, or he
right?
could
Okay,
be
yeah.
like, or we'll just be texting because usually he's like doing some work thing or something, and then he'll just be.
How did I not know about this?
Oh my God! It is the best thing ever, and it's like the perfect size, not for walking around, but for any other day, for any other time.
Right.
So I use that thing.
Wow.
More than I've ever used any other toy I've ever had, actually.
That was the best story I think I've ever heard.
Oh my God! But the fact that I was planning on walking around with this thing, that was just. And then of course I told my friends, I'm like, you have to see how big this thing. They say that you're supposed to be able to walk around with this thing.
You just pull it right up and then show it to them.
It is like huge. No,
Wow.
I send them the link. They look at but until you actually get it and play with it, you don't really I'm all about sharing like the best things and like
Really?
Yeah, if I find something good, I even sent it to one of my girlfriends at work. I'm like, I have a not suitable for work conversation to have with you, and she's like, yeah, you need to send me that link. I'm like, oh, absolutely. Amazon.
Wow.
Amazon.
Well, and yeah, some folks mistakenly believe that if you're self-pleasuring, then you must not be sexually satisfied in your relationship. When in reality, sex and masturbation are two separate things that fill different needs.
Yes.
One doesn't replace the other, but they can work in tandem.
Absolutely.
The most important sexual relationship is the one you have with yourself, says the sex therapist. Connecting with your own pleasure is important not only for knowing what you like, but also for being able to verbalize to your partner what you want.
Correct.
Time and space for self-pleasure can allow for increased intimacy and connection in a relationship.
Yeah. And we'll play like with, toys, and toys are great. There's nothing wrong with a toy. Some people
absolutely.
think that, either it's used for, it's a replacement, but it really isn't. It just like she said or he said. Really just, sometimes it just helps things along, and sometimes you just don't want to do certain things, and, a toy can hit that spot, shall we say.
And it's a nice way to do, you're doing something naughty like that, playing with it at a party or something, and then as soon as that party's over, you guys go to the room, bam.
Next year, I'm going to get I'm going to find one that's, like, suitable, and we'll see what happens.
To walk around with?
Yeah.
You're never going to let go of it.
I did find one. I found one. Of course, again, it was online, so I didn't buy it yet, and, but it's literally just not up the cooch. It's just kind of like a... So we'll see how it goes. If I buy that one, or if we find one in a store somewhere. But
how did you not think to bring that with you?
The toy?
Yeah.
You want to see it? I'll show you a picture.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I bet. They got to make one for guys.
They have them.
They do?
Oh, we already bought those. Yeah, he bought me something from Paris. So sweet. He won't. He won't. Meanwhile, I still haven't got my last present from him, but that's okay. We were having a little fight.
Oh.
You know, sometimes you just fight.
And then you get a toy out to make up.
And then we make up. Well, you know what the thing about the two of us now is, as much as, like, we really have this thing right now where we really talk, we really discuss, and, you know, like, I feel like I know him better than I've ever really known anybody.
Okay.
And,
well, that's nice.
Yeah, and do I feel the opposite way? I think he knows things that he should know. Like, I mean, I have so many friends. I have, you know, so many acquaintances. So I have so many names going around. Like, you know, even like when I came here, I'm like, he's never heard of you, really? You know,
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
I used to do this, so long ago before he was even, you know, in my range, in my scope.
Right.
So this is what it looks like.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
Right? That's the thing, because I had to take the picture holding it.
Should I show them?
Yeah, so people could actually see how big this thing is that they thought was supposed to be up your cooch while you're walking around.
Oh, Noreen just texted you.
Oh, hey, Nomo.
Wow. Wow. And that bright pink, like, see, that's a problem, too. You can't go around wearing that because people might see it. It's so bright.
Oh, they wouldn't see that under my dress.
No?
No. Yeah, I told Nomo I'd like to see her if I can, since I'm gonna be here.
Oh, yeah, she's not too far.
Yeah, but she's working, so we'll see.
Damn it.
We'll see what happens.
I haven't seen her in ages. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any of you Billy Joel people in a long
I
time.
know. Well, where the hell have you been?
Yeah, I haven't.
You haven't come to any of the shows?
When was the last time I saw Billy?
Why aren't you even like the Mike stuff or even the Dave stuff? Dave's gonna be out.
I know, this weekend.
here.
I don't know how I missed that. I didn't even know until yesterday, but I already have something to do. I had no idea, and I'm actually a little mad he didn't tell me.
Well,
but
I mean, you know, you gotta follow these people.
yeah, no, but me and Dave are tight. Me and Dave talk. It's been
We probably didn't
a
even
few months.
think about it because you know,
Son of
he's
a
all
bitch,
over the
him.
place.
Well, true.
Plus, you know, I mean, if you think about it, he lives out there. He's all over the place, really.
Yeah. He doesn't
He
even
does
play
that
this
thing
area that much
in-
anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? This area now
Saturated with Billy.
It is. It is. You know, even just with Mike, he has the cans, and even though he doesn't do Billy, like I don't think they've ever done
Right.
any that I can think of.
Yeah.
You know, it's still Billy related because it's Mike. You know, if you really think about it, that's how I look at it. So, and then, you know, Mulcahy's, he's got, you know, and the Paramount is coming up again.
Yeah.
That's where I got COVID last year.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Super spreader.
No kidding.
Super spreader at the Paramount. And it's funny because I just swapped off. My friend needed that Sunday off, so I swapped her for that Friday.
So we're talking about vibrators and swapping.
Swapping. So that Friday night is February 3rd, and I look and I said, oh, look at that. I'm not working Saturday. Friday I work till 2:30. I could go out to the Paramount. It's kind of one of those, do I do it and, you know,
Take the chance.
take the chance that I'm going to come back with COVID again? But you know what? I mean, I go to the garden every month. I go to the garden more than once a month. I go to concerts. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of the COVID. We had a joke that I couldn't get it. It was the first time I got it in all of these years.
Yep.
And when I did, all we did was laugh about it. It was very mild. It just felt like a cold. But even my friends at work, I'm like, I got a whole week off to sit and be sick.
Yep.
And not have to work. And I was happy with that.
I have never gotten it. Well, when I've tested anyway. The few times I've been under the weather and I've tested and it came out negative.
Most of the time, I just think I just have a cold because that's what it feels like.
Right.
But because I knew I would get a week off from work,
I have
that's when
COVID.
would test. But now, starting this year, no more week off. So I don't need to test anymore unless I really feel crap.
Oh, is that right? They said you don't need a week anymore?
We don't get it at work. They don't give us a free
it's your own
week
work
anymore.
thing. Okay.
We're done getting free time off.
Yep.
If you get COVID, it's because you're stupid now. Is what they feel, is how they feel about that. Although 2 of my guys just got COVID. They were working together on one day, and the next day, both of them had COVID.
Wow.
I felt bad, but it was kind of funny in a way.
You know, it's funny you say that. Sally also got, she got COVID at the Paramount, too.
Yeah, someone else had said that about a time before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I believe I heard that Alexa Ray got it as well.
Oh, yeah?
So I said, oh, I have to blame her because she was like here and I'm down here. She could have been spitting on me, and all I got it from Billy's daughter.
You should sue her. Get some Billy Joel money. Where are we? So the next one is taking separate vacations. Taking separate trips doesn't mean they're avoiding quality time with each other. They're just nurturing the relationships they have with themselves and the other important people in their lives.
Like a girls' trip.
Yeah.
I feel like a girls' trip is important. If a guy has, his buddies that he's going away with and whatever. Yeah, I think that's very healthy.
I've never really understood that. Like these guys that go like on these golf weekends. No, I think golf is just code for gay. Like, I don't get it. Let's all wear these weird outfits, play with sticks. Like, that's a lot, and that's a lot of time to spend with guys.
It could be an on the down low vacation, but we could ask.
Oh yeah, down low, all right.
We could ask Joe and Mike because
they're away on one right now, aren't they?
Oh, actually.
Joe, I know Joe. No, I take that back.
They were in Florida.
Joe's in Cancun right now.
Oh.
Because he's rich and does nothing but go away, that son of a bitch.
I didn't know that he was in Cancun.
Yes, he's in Cancun right now. He was just in here 2 weeks ago.
I know. And it's funny because I had texted Eri the other day because it was Melody's birthday.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, oh, it would be nice if I got to see them while I was out here. I haven't seen the girls.
I don't know if they're all down there.
I don't know.
I know Joe DeJesus was in Cancun, but I don't know about
do they have a private event in Cancun that all the guys are
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a band thing. I don't know if it's a family thing.
With these band things, and then they go play golf,
Gay.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
True.
If you need a little tickle, nothing wrong with a little pickle tickle, okay?
I will tell you that I've seen more of Mike Del Giudice than I would care to be honest with you, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see all of him.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be very happy. I slept in his bed once.
I do know that.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Of course, I was with his wife, but
Now the story's getting even better.
Yeah.
And she's got hotness.
Oh, she's sexy. She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Christina's amazing. I absolutely love her. We were texting the other day. Actually, on New Year's Eve, she told me she's going to be here. Asked me if I wanted to go to From the Can show.
Oh, which is when?
Which is January 12th, the night before Billy.
Ah.
13th. So I took off the day.
I might try to go to that.
You should come. And I said, absolutely, if you're going to be here, I will take off work if I'm working or depending upon when I'm working. I already told them that I wasn't coming into the office at the end of the week. And I'll probably work from my mom's house because it's, halfway.
Right.
And then I could work that day because now our hours are changing from 7 start to 6 start starting on this Sunday.
Oh.
It's the first. We were scheduled through this Saturday, so that stayed the same, and then the next year starts on Sunday.
Okay.
So we're going 6 to 2:30.
Those are good hours.
On the weekend, 6 to 6 because we do 12s on the weekend.
Oh no.
Yeah, but that whole extra hour of not sleeping in the morning is going to be hell. But, we'll get used to it.
Absolutely.
I told them, listen, I have to come in. If I don't wake up and come in, I will be sleeping till 5:58 and then grabbing the computer and, so I, at least for the first week, want to come in at least a couple, 3 or 4 days So if not all week.
And the 12th is where, at 89 North, out east?
89 North, yeah.
Joe DeJesu, Mike Del Judas, next Thursday at 89 North and in Patchogue. Go see them. They're great.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Let's see. So, separate vacations. Where's the next one? Oh, all right. So this is going to bed angry. How many times have you heard the advice, never go to bed angry? Well, if this works for you and your partner, then by all means keep on doing what you're doing. But forcing yourselves to resolve a conflict before you hit the hay is unnecessary. Staying up to hash things out when you're all worked up and exhausted can sometimes exacerbate the tension, excuse me, rather than alleviate it. That's because in an emotionally flooded state, important skills are listening, processing information, and empathizing with your partner, and they're all compromised. I agree with this 100%.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Plus, you know what? If you have time to chill out and, calm down all your tempers,
Yep.
you think more clear to get out what you really want to say.
Right.
And I do this a lot, actually, honestly, now. Because, Jeff is maddening. Because we're very similar. We both need to have the last word,
Yeah, that's something I let go of a long time ago.
It's
no desire to have the last
so
word
hard
anymore.
Because,
it is.
We're both very, headstrong people.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have things to say, he will laugh about them when I don't want him to laugh about them. And then he makes me even more mad.
Right.
So I need to just stop talking to him at certain times. And then we can, have a better conversation.
Right.
But we also are very bad at texting each other most of the time. So, like, he will just keep going and he kills me.
Fighting on text is the worst.
And he knows, and we both know that we cannot be texting each other.
Right.
Being in the same room, looking at each other and talking has always been our thing. We do late night diner trips and we get everything out and
right.
And that's just the way it is. Like the last time we don't really have a word for our relationship because he feels like he needs to label it. He wants to call it that right at this moment because of his work and everything, that we're just friends. But we've never been just friends. I mean, we'll never ever be just friends. And I said that to him recently. I said, listen, I know you feel like you need a label for whatever this is between us. I don't need that label.
Right.
I know what it is that we have, and where one day it'll eventually end up. I know in my heart of hearts. And he does too. This is why every time he says we're just friends, I just want to punch him in the nose. So, but the last time he did that, on text, I was like, you know what? I had gone to see the Indigo Girls, one of my favorite bands of all time. That I would love to see them and Belinda Carlisle as much as humanly possible.
Okay.
Like if I just saw them and Billy Joel for the entire year, I'd be happy.
Wow.
That I love them so much that you would think that I am a lesbian, but I'm not. I just do. I just love them so much. So afterwards, I had texted him. I'm like, you want to go to a diner? And so we met at our diner. We have our 24-hour diner, which is not the best diner, but it's 24 hours.
Right.
I had put on some lipstick. I don't know. I was looking and feeling extra fabulous.
Nice.
And I guess he must have felt it too, because he even said something. And I'm like, yeah, And by the time the end of that, that time together, like he just, we just knew, like, everything was going to be fine eventually.
That's cool.
Day. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
All right, Andy Plagano. So people don't go to bed angry every night? That's weird. Fremder. The other day, my wife didn't want to go to bed upset and said to me, "There's something I could get off my chest." I replied, "Sorry, that's not what I was aiming." Oh my goodness. When I don't read in advance. All right, so there's 3 more. Okay. Where are we? Talking openly about money.
Oh, money is rough.
Yeah?
I think so.
I spoke with a woman this week who has been married for 23 years and doesn't know how much money her husband makes or anything about his finances. Now that they're separated and she's dependent upon him to keep paying her rent, her not knowing anything about his finances has become a really big deal. Talking about money can actually be a way to deepen intimacy in your relationship and bring you and your partner closer together. And because our money hang-ups are never just about money, these discussions can help each of you grow in other areas of your lives too.
It is true. It's never only about the money.
Right.
It really isn't.
I was once in a relationship where, the woman was mad at me. She just kept saying she made a lot more money than I did. Uh-huh. And she was complaining about that. And I said, well, there's nothing I can really do about that. But then I said to her, I go, how many of your friends and their spouses make the same exact amount of money that they're all 50-50? And I swear to you, she stopped dead in her tracks. She goes, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself. But to me, it was, thanks. Because I'm not that profound usually. Yeah. But I just thought it was, to me, I thought it was obvious too. Like there's got to be a breadwinner in each.
Listen.
And in this day and age, it's not the man. It's not always the man anymore. And I don't think the man should be expected to be the breadwinner anymore. Yeah. It would be nice. I
would appreciate it.
No, of course. I'm not saying.
I enjoy,
And I would like to be.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't work out that way. Yeah. But especially now, things are not what they were, say, in the 70s and before.
Definitely not.
And there are plenty of women, I think, are
breadwinners. Our life choices, I don't know about you, but I prefer to be happy. And if I'm doing something that makes me happy, even if I don't make the millions of dollars, you know what? I'm happy and I'm fine with that.
Welcome to my world.
Exactly.
I don't make shit in here.
Exactly. I know you don't. I know. I think we're
but I do have
on
a blast.
The same level when it comes to that.
Yes.
As long as I can make my concerts.
Yes.
Pay my bills.
Right. Concerts, sporting events,
whatever I want
comedy
to do,
shows. Right. I want to be able to say at the end that I had fun.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, of course, I want to leave. I would love to be able to make more, support my family better. Take care of my kids, help them as they, are ready to buy a house and have kids. I can leave them with stuff,
right, of course.
But it hasn't always worked out that way.
It doesn't always work out that way. I've been with people who make nothing compared to me. I've been with people who make deck $1 million.
And they're still miserable.
And that if that's what makes them happy, if that's how they,
if
that's where their happiness really is coming from, I always find it kind of like a bullshit story, really, when it comes down to the money. But you know what?
I agree.
You know what? You could be unhappy in one of your planes, then compared to being in your house being unhappy. I guess.
Agreed. All right, this next one, I like this one. Watching porn.
Watching porn.
A porn habit can be
stories.
Nice. A porn habit can be damaging if consumption is excessive, is used to regulate emotions, or begins to interfere with a person's daily life, like their job or relationships. But in many cases, it can be a great addition to a healthy, exciting sex life with your partner. There is a lot of discourse. There's a lot of public discourse that porn use can harm relationships and lead to sexual dysfunction. While this can be true if porn is overused or as a means to deal with negative feelings, research shows that partners who watch porn together report greater relationship functioning and sexual satisfaction than partners who do not.
I like porn. I like porn. I can't tell you last time I watched porn. I mean, or with anybody, it's been a very long time since I watched it with somebody else, per se. But I did. Well, I had this little thing, okay. So one day.
What was his name?
Right? One day, I get an ad on my Facebook for this no-tell motel called the Bentley. It's in Linden, New Jersey.
Okay.
Not far from me, right by the movie theater I go to all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this place is hysterical.
What do you mean?
It has the jungle room where this night you could rent by the hour, by the night, whatever.
Wow.
I've never been to one of these places, right?
Me neither.
So I get on this kick. The next time I'm with somebody, we are going and we're spending a night at one of these no-tell motels. We are going to go trashy, completely trashy. The porn, the hot tub in the middle of the room, the whole thing. I want the jungle room. Enter Jeff. I say literally, I say this to him. This is back like a while ago. We need to stay at this place, this no-tell motel, whatever. So we make a night of it. Like, we go out to dinner and then we go to this place, and he goes to get the room, and he doesn't get the jungle room or whatever the hell.
Son of a bitch.
I'm thinking it must be, taken or something. No, we get this nasty, nasty room, like where the floors are like tile. They're not even like carpeted because, nastiness, whatever's happening. The bed is like this squeaky, sad looking bed, and then the hot tub looked a little scary. And then if you went in the bathroom, there was like a little panel, like it looked like someone could crawl in. Like, I don't know. We were like maybe someone's in there. I don't know. It was really little, not the most tasteful place. So I'm like, well, we got to put the porn on, because this is all I'm about. It's like, we're in this place. We got to put the porn on. I turn it on. I go looking for the porn. No porn channels. So I'm like, what the hell? We're supposed to have free porn. I call up the front desk.
Oh, wow.
I say, listen, I am looking for the porn. Oh, those channels are not working right now, and the guy's not working tonight. I'm like, what? Like, first I don't get the jungle room, and then he's like, oh, we have the jungle room. I'm like, and I look at Jeff, like, Jeff, you didn't get the jungle room. I'm like, we're not changing rooms. We're at this terrible place. We're not changing rooms. So we turn on the hot tub, we get it, going, and then like the windows are fogging up like the car in Titanic.
Right.
And we have the picture still of the handprint on the window across the room from the hot tub, which you would have thought was right next to it, the way this freaking window fogged up. Seriously.
Yeah.
We took a little bath together, and then we're like sitting there, we're laying there on the bed, and I'm just like, I could go home. He's like, thank God you said so. We left. We were there for maybe an hour.
Wow.
If that.
Yeah.
He goes, gives the key to the guy. The guy looks at him and is like, all right. Like, dude.
Right.
It didn't even happen, okay? We didn't even want to pull back the bed. We were like, no.
Yeah.
It was so nasty. We went home. But we were going to, like, continue to do this and, like, go to all these, like, places. And then there's another one called the Loop-In, which have even more exciting rooms. We haven't done that yet, but it's been a while. I have one day we'll hit the Loop-In, because we have to get on like the same mindset and be like have the time to do it, but where I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Yeah, exactly. BYOP. Bring your own porn.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have had to bring my own porn, because it was that was the whole thing. I should have got money back, or he should have got money back for no porn.
Or you could have filmed the porn.
We could have, but no.
All right.
The boobs, one thing, but everything else, there is a market. I mean,
of course, there's a market for everything.
I'm chubby, but I am damn fucking sexy. Okay.
Well, and
don't even forget that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't forget that. It was in this room that we saw those said boobies.
You did see they're real and they're spectacular. What can I say?
Why did you do that? Like, I don't remember.
Because you were supposed to, because there was that big candy thing for April for Easter was on the line. You said if I showed it to you and you won the Easter basket, you were going to give it to me.
I was going to give you the whole thing?
Yeah.
To see your boobies.
And
really?
I never got no candy.
Oh, yeah. I ate that shit in a heartbeat.
I know you did.
Have I even seen you? Yeah, I have seen you since then. At least I think I have. Maybe not, huh?
No, I might be mad about the candy. I don't know. Maybe.
All right, I owe you some candy.
You owe me like a big freaking
All
thing
right.
of candy.
And
I was looking forward to that too.
Is that really what? Seriously, that's really why you did it?
It was part of the. It was part of the conversation because you were like, yeah, because back then, what's his name was working.
Eric was here.
Eric, yeah. Oh, Eric. Whatever happened to Eric?
Eric, it's been almost 3 years already since he left. Since he's I still work with him. The murder mysteries. Rest in peace.
Oh, I miss him. He was fun too.
Yeah, Eric was fun. Yep, yeah. Eric was fun. All right, this last one is weird. Keeping a secret from your partner. In some cases, keeping a secret can actually be better for a relationship. If a behavior or belief occurred in the past that you have learned from and are no longer practicing, it can sometimes be advisable for the survival or health of the relationship to not share. Here's one way to determine if you should share or keep a secret from your partner. Ask yourself, do you want to confess because you want to clear your conscience, or is it because you believe telling your partner would actually be better for the growth and development of the relationship? These potential gains should be weighed against the possibility of devastating effects on your partner if you share a secret that you've been harboring. So all those people you've killed,
okay, all those people
don't
that
tell
I killed,
anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's it. Keep that a secret.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are the 9 taboo.
Interesting.
I thank you for playing along with me on that.
Absolutely.
I thought you'd be
some
fun.
kind of a story somewhere.
Yeah.
Something.
I did when I like I said when I saw this article this morning. I said, "Oh, this is perfect for today." So yeah, that was nice. And that takes us to the end of the show.
Oh my God.
I mean, unless if there's anything else you wanted to share, we can.
I mean, I you know, I'm sadly like an open book here, but you know what?
There were some good stories today.
It's a fun life. It's a fun life.
Absolutely, it's a fun life.
I don't have the most exciting life all the time. And
it's a
some
cool
days,
life.
You know, it is a pretty cool life.
Yes.
I've lived. I'm gonna have a 50th birthday party. You will be invited.
Is that this year?
It is this year.
Oh wow! I didn't.
May 30th.
You don't look like 50.
I know. Thank you.
You don't.
I really know.
I'm shocked to hear that. I thought you were a lot younger than me. You're not.
Yeah. No. I am an old bitch, and.
Wow. Well, you're not an old bitch.
Oh, I'm an old bitch.
So at this party, is there going to be strippers?
Only if someone hires them. So where I want to have it at the TWA Hotel.
Oh.
And last I spoke with Jeff, he was going to pay for my party.
Nice.
And, and do my
Just like
party.
he said he'd get the the jungle room.
Right.
Fucking Jeff, don't fuck this up, Jeff. It's 50.
Don't fuck this up, Jeff. It's 50.
Son of a bitch.
So, but here's the thing, because when it comes to something like that, I like need planning, and he is not a planner.
Oh, okay.
So unless I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to tell you I need money, and you're just going to give it to me, and I'm just going to plan it, and then that's fine, then
Right.
I'll do it. But if I don't get the money, and I'm going to worry about paying for it myself, so then everything is going to have to, wait till I get my bonus in March. It's like a whole thing.
I hear you.
So, but that's my plan, because that place is so fun. It's so cool just to go hang out there for the day. If you ever get a chance, well, hopefully.
No, I'm not
I will
familiar
have
with
my
it at all.
party for there, and then you'll come.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
And then my plan B is one of my favorite restaurants. My friend Amanda and I, we like to go to dinner. Usually on a Friday night. And one day, I was looking for a new place. And I started branching out into other areas of New Jersey because, I don't mind driving. Obviously, I just drove here.
You did.
So I run across this place called Anthony's Cheesecake and Restaurant. And I look at this menu, and this menu is unbelievable. Like the food, it's mostly Italian, but they have other stuff. And then the cheesecake and then all their desserts, homemade. Everything in store is homemade. Come to find out after that, we go to first night. Unbelievable. The whole experience is great. The owners are amazing. Love it, So we start going there every week, every other week, every couple of weeks, whatever. We make friends with the owner. The menu every single week is different. They have different things on that menu. Not only the cheesecake, but the the entire food menu is always different. They have
Really?
like certain staples that, like, of course, we are in love with and this and that.
Right,
And
yeah.
then they have a brunch that until Sunday we had never gone to. We literally just went to the brunch for the first time. Ridiculous.
Wow.
Like this place. And we were talking to him, and I was saying, you know, if my first choice falls through, he's like, we could have the party here.
Oh, okay.
So he would close the restaurant
Wow.
to other, you know, patrons, and we would.
Well, it's very nice of Anthony.
There. Yeah, of course, you know, we'd have to talk about how that would be, how
Yeah.
much that would be and all, but I could literally have anything I want when I go there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. They even had for like National Cheesecake Day, they had a contest. Create your own cheesecake, and then whichever one got the most votes, they would make it.
Oh, okay.
So ours came in second by like 7 votes.
Oh, wow.
We still call bullshit every day. Every time we go, but he's gonna make it for us anyway.
Oh, nice.
And my friend Amanda's birthday is the 9th of January.
Oh.
So he's on vacation because they just had a huge busy time,
Yeah.
you know. So we're actually going on January 19th for her birthday. He's going to make 1 cake to sell, and then 1 little cake for Amanda. For
Wow.
me.
Oh, that's cool.
I said, yeah, because Amanda will give me a piece of hers. And
Absolutely.
then, you know, you can sell that. But it's going to be maple bacon crumb cake.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. So we are so excited, waiting for him to make this for us.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the one that beat us, I gotta say, I freaking loved it.
What is it?
It was something with chocolate and pretzels were on there.
Yeah,
I
chocolate
honestly
beats
don't
all.
even remember.
Yeah.
But Amanda, one of my newest best friends, does not eat chocolate. She does not eat peanut butter, and she does not eat bananas.
Wow.
And, you know, it kills me every day that she doesn't eat those things. And that's not it. I mean, that's not all. You know, I don't eat eggs or chopped meat, but I think that I've gotten, you know, I'm better off than she is. She's so picky. Like, she'll pick the peas out of a freaking rice ball, you know. Like, she kills me every time. And then every time I say something, she makes this great face that I love. It's like, you know, I just love it. So I mess with her even more. But we're like very big foodies with each other.
Nice.
You know, yeah.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah. It's nice
Very
to
nice.
have a friend.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be looking forward to that May 30th.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
the party is probably going to be before my birthday.
Okay.
Either that or it's going to be the weekend of Billy and Stevie Nicks at Philly.
Oh,
It's
okay.
June 16th, I believe.
Oh,
So
yeah.
The party will be on the 17th. Just depends, because my best friend is going to come up. I told her I'd take her to see them.
That's a good show, Stevie Nicks and Billy Joel. That is a good show.
I haven't bought the tickets yet because they're like $400.
Oh, my goodness.
And my best friend has threatened me that, you know, I better get them. So
$400.
Well, that's her birthday and Christmas present. So I said, all right.
Should set up a blind date with Tony and this new bestie. Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty picky myself with food.
there you
yeah,
go.
I'm bad. I'm very bad.
We live too far away. She would never handle it.
I was hoping you fuckers wouldn't bring that up. I'm sitting here thinking that as Sandy's talking about it, I'm like, oh, somebody's going to talk about how picky I am. Don't do it. Bastards. All right, that's it. We're out. Thank you, Sandi Lippel. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Happy to be here.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Yeah, we're out of here. Andy and I are here tomorrow, and there is a
Andy who?
Andy Plajanos is his name. He comes in here every Friday with me. He's a comedian. In fact, this was my Halloween mask. This is Andy.
Oh, that's great.
Right here.
That's amazing. I love it.
And he's got a huge penis, just so you know.
Hey,
There you go.
I'm a fan.
You can get that mustache.
If he knows how to use it.
Oh, he knows.
All right, Andy. Maybe I should come back tomorrow. If I would have known, I would have just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we're out of here. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Andy and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow night there is a Donversations with Don Sill, and his special guest is Jeff Bosey.
Oh, Oh, cool.
Lots of coming tomorrow, says Andrew Fremder. Okay, yes, as always. And don't forget, Govs.com. There's a lot of great stuff going on at the clubs this weekend. Kev Herrera, Elise DeLucci, Carl Okerson, Kristen Danko, Goomba Johnny, John Mulrooney, J.L. Corvin, Eric McMahon, all playing at one of these clubs this weekend. And, of course, don't forget, January 14th at McGuire's, Joey Cola playing at McGuire's. And I think that's all I got to talk about today.
Awesome.
I think that's it. Thank you, Sandi Lippel.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We will see you later.